2-day week. So that's quite good news for the workers.
Now, the Halifax says house prices in the UK fell by 0.6% in the first 3 months of this year, although they rose slightly between February and March. The Halifax describes the falls as modest and forecasts that in 2011 the market will fall by just 2% due to what it calls uncertainty over the general economic outlook. Now, I'm joined now by Jonathan Davis, an economist by training, a financial advisor by profession, and the prophet of doom when it comes to the housing market. He joins us now live from our studio in the Gherkin. Now, Mr. Davis, you forecast a few months ago in January that the housing market in the UK would fall by 10% in 2011. It has fallen by 0.6% so far this year. Why did you get it wrong?
The fact is, house prices, according to the Halifax, are about 3% down from a year ago. As far as I'm concerned, the forecast is on track.
But Nationwide says prices actually rose over the same period. All the statistics, all the arrows seem to be pointing in the direction of the housing market flatlining, not falling.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because, of course, here we have house prices, however you look at it, they're certainly not rising significantly. They're at best flat.
But they're not collapsing either, and that's what you're suggesting.
I'm saying they're at best flat, or they're actually falling. I'm convinced that they are when you look at the high point last summer. And isn't it interesting that with the lowest interest rates in history, house prices are not rising by the barrel full? It's because of rising unemployment, public sector cuts, threats of raising of interest rates, lending is at a standstill, the economy is dire. You've just heard what's happening to manufacturing. That is the bigger backdrop. House prices have been crashing since 2007. We may not see it in London and the South East, but it's happening here as well. But you go to Northern Ireland and they're down nearly a half
Okay, there are
since
regional
3 years
differences,
ago.
but let's be clear about this. Banks are not insolvent, as you suggest in the past. Most we've learned in the last few months are actually profitable. Unemployment, while high, is stable. Repossessions are at pretty low levels. And the Bank of England has kept interest rates at an all-time record low, and they will remain low for perhaps years to come.
There's a number of points there. First of all, I would say to you, and this is what people need to understand, if interest rates rise, we're toast. If interest rates don't rise, it's because we're toast. The banks, I would suggest to you, are indeed insolvent if they marked to market, if they marked accurately the value of their bad debts on their books. As far as I'm concerned, they have, in fact, fraudulent balance sheets. No, the economy is dire, and that will show through in the housing market in due course.
OK, and you're sticking by your prediction of 10% by the end of the year. We shall come back to you in the months to come. Jonathan Davis, you don't seem sure about that, but we will come back to you
sure.
in the months. Oh, you are sure. There we are. Good,
yeah.
we clarified that. Mr. Davis, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. On to the markets, and after 2 flat days, the FTSE 100 doing much, much better. I think we have the up-to-date